and welcome back to my channel. Today I have 4 Dollar Tree DIYs to show you. I had so much fun making these projects for Mother's Day, and I really hope that you guys enjoy them. For the first DIY, I took 4 of these frames that I got from Dollar Tree that say Mom, and I went ahead and I added some pictures that I had that I thought my mom would like. I added them to 4 of the frames. I also took the back stand off of the frame. So here is all of the frames with the pictures, and I just used some pictures that I had laying around the house. Now what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much going to make a box out of these frames. I was going to put them together like this, and then I realized because of these tabs on the back, there is a huge gap. So what I did is I went ahead and I removed with a screwdriver all of these little tabs from all 4 of the frames. And once I did that, I just went ahead and I secured it using a little dab of hot glue. And I did that to all 4 of my frames. Now it's time to reassemble the box. What I did is I used some E6000 glue, and then some hot glue, and I pressed those together, and I did that to all 4 sides. Now the trick here is really letting the glue dry. If you do not let the glue dry, it's going to be a mess. You can see here that the edges still aren't perfect because of that hot glue. It kind of makes a gap, and they tend to it kind of soaks out of the crack. So I just grabbed this Dollar Tree ribbon that I had on hand, and I'm just going to place this ribbon over the space there where the frames meet, just to kind of hide my glue mess right there. And the bottom I'm not too worried about because I'm going to be putting a bottom in there and then painting it black. So I'm not really concerned about how the bottom looks, but I do want the top to look nice and I want the sides to look nice. This is how it turned out. I think it looks cute. You can use any ribbon that you have on hand, or you could leave it. I just like the way this looks better than leaving those edges and those cracks the way they were. So I don't know what happened to the footage of me cutting out my board, but I used a poster board. Well, I used like the cardboard, the thing that it's sitting on. I went ahead and I traced the bottom square, cut it out, and then I put it in the bottom, and then I painted it black, and I reinforced it with some hot glue. Then I went ahead and I glued in some floral foam, and then I took these beautiful peach colored roses and I cut them up individually into stems, and then I just started placing them throughout my planter box. I also wanted to add some whites here, so I am using these flowers here, and I think that these go so well together. But you can use any flowers you want, anything that your mom likes, maybe her favorite flowers. If you really wanted to, you could even use live plants if you used a different kind of bottom, but this is how it turned out. I love it. I think it looks so cute, and it's so customized. I mean, you can put pictures in there of her kids, her grandkids. I don't know. I just thought that this turned out beautifully. The next DIY, I took this Dollar Tree sign, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the metal part right here that says happy. It was fairly easy to remove. Once I got a good grip, I just pulled it right off. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side. I'm going to cut off the twine that hangs the sign and put that off to the side as well. I had some scrapbook paper laying around. I thought this one would be really cute. It was my favorite out of all of the ones I had, so I'm just going to trace the sign onto my scrapbook paper. You can use whatever scrapbook paper you have. You could even paint the sign if you wanted. I went ahead and I cut this paper out, And once I did that, I was ready to Mod Podge it onto my sign. The trick with Mod Podge is you really want to use a lot on the base. And you really want to make sure that you don't have any bubbles. So I use quite a bit, and then I go ahead and I put my paper on the sign, and then I rub it, make sure all of the bubbles are out, and then you're going to want to give it a really thick coat over the paper as well. Let it dry. I let it dry for 24 hours, and this is what it looked like once it was dry. Now I'm going to take a pen or a little pokey thing, whatever you would like to use, and I'm just going to go ahead and punch out the paper where the original holes are on the sign. And then I'm going to use some twine. I lost the piece of twine that I put aside, so I had this twine laying around, so I decided to use this. Plus it's a little bit easier because it was thinner to get through the holes, back through the holes. So I just grabbed this, and I'm going to go ahead and tie some knots and cut off the loose ends. You can make it as long as you want, and I'm going to do that to both sides and through both of the holes. And this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a clothespin. You can get a bag of these from Crafter's Square at Dollar Tree. If your Dollar Tree has a Crafter's Square section, you should be able to find these clothespins. If not, any clothespin will work, but these I think are the perfect size. And then I cut a piece of white paper to fit. I had some leftover scrapbook paper and then this picture of my niece and my daughter that I thought my mother would love. And I just put them right there in the clothespin. And then I went ahead and made a cute little bow of this ribbon. And I added that to, I went ahead and hot glued it to the top of the clothespin. And then with that metal happy piece that we took off the sign originally, I'm going to take that and I'm going to reattach it to the sign, but I'm going to place it right underneath my picture, and I think this looks so cute. But again, you can really customize this. Use whatever paper you would like and use whatever you would like to dress it up. This is how mine turned out. I think it looks so good, and it kind of goes with the whole color theme that I was shooting for. This next DIY, I got this little decor piece from Dollar Tree. It says Shine Bright, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop that circle piece out of the middle. Now my plan was to originally use this as a candle holder, but that square piece inside would not come out, you guys. So I kind of had to change my plans up, and I went ahead and I got this pink chalk paint. I think it's called Ballet Slipper Pink. And then I just took that and I painted the bottom of this decor piece. And I didn't paint the whole thing because I really liked the look of the two-tone pink. The top is a lighter pink and then the bottom is a darker pink, and then I just set that aside, let that dry. That's what it looks like. Now I'm going to remove the label from this candle that I got from Dollar Tree. It was super easy. I just soaked it in warm water and then it came right off. Using these vinyl letters that I also got from Dollar Tree, I'm just going to use, you're going to need 2 of them because you only get 1 letter per sheet. And I'm just going to spell out the word mom on my candle. This took me a while. I do not feel like you're ever going to get it completely perfect, but get it as close as you can. Mine still looked a little crooked, but that's okay. It still turned out great. And this is what it looks like. Now, the circle piece that I originally popped out of the decor piece, I went ahead and I hot glued that to the front. It says Shine Bright, and I think it really ties it all together. Now this is another decor piece that I picked up from Dollar Tree. What I did is I took some chalk paint in the color ink and I chalk painted 4 of these frames. I really like the teal color of these frames and I like the black against the teal. So the top 2, you're going to want to make sure the hooks to hang them are going to be on the top, if that makes sense. And then I'm basically going to attach all 4 of these frames using E6000 and hot glue. Now, I would recommend, I learned this, if you're going to do it that way, you want to make sure that you have the front face down, and that makes it a lot easier. Here I am reinforcing it with some hot glue. If you have clips, I would strongly recommend using some clips to hold it all together and letting the glue dry completely, or else it's not gonna hold. Again, reinforcing with hot glue. Also, if you had some popsicle sticks, you could put them there as well. That would hold it together. I think the clip idea would probably work the best. But again, you really want to make sure the whole thing dries before you do anything else to it. Once it's dry, go ahead and flip it over, and then I'm going to add some clothespins to each of the 4 frames. And because these frames are 4x6, what I did is I went ahead and I picked out some pictures, but then I cut the pictures down so that they would look better inside of the frame. Let me show you right here. I really had to cut some of these down, but that's okay. I think it looks a lot better that way. And then once you have all of your pictures in, I took this plaque. I really love what it says. It just says, "I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day." And I put some E6000 and some hot glue in the middle, and then I added the plaque right there in the middle. As you can tell, mine wasn't completely dry yet, but once it did, you can see it standing up in the back there. Now, I wanted to add something else to this frame. I wasn't happy with how it looked. It was kind of plain, so I thought I would add a bow. Now, I took some burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I had teal, pink, and then a burlap polka dot ribbon. And again, I'm just going to fold these over on itself 2 times. And the pink one's going to be shorter than the green one, and then this next one's going to be shorter than the pink one. Again, folding over twice. And then you're going to place them all together, and you're going to tie it with some twine. I thought these colors looked really well together. I really love how the bow turned out. I found it easier when tying the bow to go ahead and cut some slits into the side to help it stay. And then I also had to reinforce the knot with hot glue on the twine so I could tie it tighter. You can see right here I was having some trouble, so I cut some slits right there in the ribbon, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie up the twine. Once I had it like that, I put a dab of hot glue, and that made it easier for me to tie the complete knot. I hope that that made sense, but this is how it turned out. Like I said, I love the colors. I think the bow is really cute. I went ahead and I placed it. I hot glued it onto the frame. Now, I don't necessarily love how this turned out. I wish I would have put the bow maybe on top of the plaque. But this is how it turned out. I still think it's a really great Mother's Day gift. It's homemade, and the pictures are really what make this DIY special. Alright you guys, that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please press the like button, make sure to subscribe, and I hope you all have a great Mother's Day. Bye!